Welcome to Vantage with AI. LTX 2.5 is here, and honestly, there's one thing I want to say first. It is fast. Over the last few days, I've been playing around with Minimax H3, which is a fantastic model, but working with high-resolution video at very slow generation speeds had started taking me back to the old days. And then I came back to LTX 2.5, and what a relief! Not only is it dramatically faster, but the quality, motion, prompt adherence, and overall consistency are a huge step up from LTX 2.3. And this time, LTX isn't just making the model faster. Almost every part of the pipeline has been upgraded. We now have multishot generation, allowing a single generation to create multiple connected shots while maintaining character, environment, lighting, style, and even voice consistency across cuts. The distilled model has also been significantly improved, bringing it much closer to the quality and performance of the full model while requiring far less compute. Then there's diffusion fidelity rendering, which dynamically spends more compute on complex scenes and less on simpler ones. A completely new diffusion video decoder improves fine details, faces, typography, products, and fast motion stability. Prompt understanding has also been upgraded with the new Gemma 412B text encoder, along with an optional prompt enhancer for turning simple ideas into much more detailed cinematic prompts. Add native EXR support and more permissive licensing, and this feels less like a minor update and much more like a serious evolution of LTX. So in this video, let's take LTX 2.5 for a proper spin inside ComfyUI and see just how good it really is. Let's get over the boring part quickly, the models you need. First, you'll need the LTX 2.5 base model. It's available in both safe tensors and GGUF formats, so you can choose whichever works best for your setup. Next, you'll need the VAEs, one for video and one for audio. For the text encoder, LTX 2.5 uses a single Gemma 412B text encoder with projections. And if you want to use the new prompt enhancer, you'll also need the Gemma 4 E2B text encoder. And finally, you'll need the LTX latent upscaler for upscaling your generations. All the download links are provided directly in the workflow, and you'll also find them in the video description below. And while you're down there, take a moment to subscribe, like, and leave a comment. It really helps the channel grow and lets us keep bringing more AI content your way. The workflow is divided into a few sections to make everything easier to understand and manage. First, we have the models section where you load all the models required by the workflow. Next is the prompt section. This is where you write your prompt. If you enable the prompt enhancer, your prompt is automatically expanded and refined to better match the LTX 2.5 prompting style. Then we have the input section, where you can provide a starting frame, middle frame, or ending frame image. All of these are optional. If you don't provide any images, the workflow simply runs in text-to-video mode. You can also provide a custom audio file here, which is useful when you want to create a video with lip sync. Next is the control section, where you configure the main generation settings. Here you can define the resolution, video duration, and frame rate. I recommend keeping the frame rate at 24 FPS for the best results. You can enable or disable the prompt enhancer. Choose whether you want to run the safe tensors or GGUF model and select which of your optional inputs you want to use. There's also a second pass option. By default, the workflow uses a second pass to improve the final result. If you want everything generated in a single pass, simply disable this option. It will be a little slower, but you can run the entire process in one pass. And finally, we have the sampling section. This is where all the magic happens. The workflow takes everything we configured, runs the generation, and produces the final video output. So, let's start testing LTX 2.5 with a single-shot text-to-video generation. For this first test, we're going with a cinematic rainy street scene, following a woman as she walks through the city, recognizes someone inside a cafe, and eventually joins him.
I knew you'd still be here.
Some things are worth waiting for.
And the result is actually quite impressive. We get a coherent cinematic sequence with consistent characters, convincing rain and lighting, smooth camera movement, and a natural transition from the street into the cafe. However, in the last 2 seconds of the video, the final scene of the door opening feels a little forced. Now let's push things a little further and test native multi-shot generation. This scene moves through several distinct shots, starting with a huge aerial view of the temple, then following the woman toward the doorway, cutting to her reaction, and finally revealing the enormous celestial map inside the chamber.
So it was real.
And this is a great demonstration of what the new multishot capability can do. The cuts are clearly defined. The woman and her environment remain remarkably consistent, and the progression from the temple exterior to the glowing chamber and the final celestial reveal feels coherent. There are a few minor visual inconsistencies, but overall, this is a very impressive result from a single generation. For the next test, we're focusing specifically on character consistency and facial detail. We're keeping the same character across multiple shots, but this time we're putting much more emphasis on her face, skin texture, eyelashes, hair strands, and even a small earring. And this one is really impressive. The character stays remarkably consistent across the different camera angles, and the facial detail holds up especially well in the close-ups. Even the hairstyle, clothing, and earring remain consistent, while the final shots capture a very natural expression and smile. Now let's stress the model a bit more with physics, fast motion, and the new decoder. We're using a high-speed car sequence with rain, water spray, rapidly changing reflections, wheel rotation, camera movement, and a brief slow-motion shot. And this is another strong result. The car stays consistent through the rapid camera changes, while the wheel motion, water spray, reflections, and heavy rain all hold together surprisingly well. The water interaction in particular looks very convincing, although the intense spray does introduce a few small artifacts. Next, let's test two areas that are usually quite challenging for video models: typography and fine product detail. We're using a premium camera commercial with a highly detailed lens, controlled studio reflections, precise product geometry, and a final shot where the model needs to render the LTX 2.5 text correctly and keep it stable throughout the shot. And this one is quite impressive on the product side. The camera and lens details look very clean, with convincing materials and reflections, but the typography is where we see a small limitation. LTX 2.5 is generated correctly in the final shot, but there is some text instability before it settles into the final composition. Next, let's test image-to-video generation. For this one, we're starting with a single image of a hiker overlooking a mountain landscape, and the goal is to preserve the image almost exactly while introducing natural motion. We're looking for subtle movement in her hair and clothing, environmental motion, a cinematic camera push with some parallax, and a small change in her expression and gaze. And this is a very good result. The original composition and character are preserved well, while the camera movement creates convincing parallax and the hair and clothing respond naturally to the wind. The subtle change in her gaze also works nicely, making the image feel much more like a living scene rather than just a moving photograph. And finally, let's test one of the more powerful controls in the workflow: first, middle, and last frame conditioning. Here, we're giving LTX 2.5 3 keyframes from the same journey: the traveler starting outside the monastery, arriving in the courtyard, and finally entering the main sanctuary. And this is a very strong result. The transitions between the three keyframes are surprisingly coherent. The traveler moves naturally from the mountain overlook into the monastery courtyard and then through the entrance into the sanctuary, while the overall environment and visual style remain consistent. There is a small identity drift during the transition, but considering the model has to bridge three completely different compositions, the spatial continuity is quite impressive. And finally, let's talk about custom audio and lip sync. All the scenes in this video featuring my avatar were actually created using LTX 2.5's custom audio capability. You can provide your own audio directly in the workflow, which makes it possible to generate video around a specific voice or soundtrack, and of course, use it for lip sync as well. And that's LTX 2.5 inside ComfyUI. After putting it through all these tests, I have to say, this is a massive upgrade over 2.3, especially in speed, consistency, motion, and overall quality. If you want to try it yourself, you'll find the workflow and all the model links in the description. If you found this video useful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments what you think of LTX 2.5. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.